What up, everybody?
Welcome back, episode 8. Sweatpantsmen. The Sweatpantsmen are here.
You ever cough?
Good, I got this right here. We're just gonna start this off the same way we start them all off. Super duper fucking high.
Do you ever cough like because you're laughing?
I never cough.
You
never took an L
ever?
in my life.
Never took an L ever. So
anyway,
you know when somebody says something funny and you're smoking?
Yeah,
and
like
you like eat the smoke and then you're like, ah! That's
yeah,
what just happened to me.
Terrible.
Live on air.
So thank you. We're here, sponsored by the Mass Cannabis Chefs. City. What are we doing?
Weedco USA.
USA. Who else? High Tide Glass Co. In Gloucester, Massachusetts. I believe it's 3 Center Street. I think that's the right address. I have the card somewhere, but forgive me if I'm wrong. A little high.
It's in Gloucester.
I know it's in Gloucester.
We'll get you there.
I think you'll find it.
There.
Google. Use the Google machine. But we're back, and
we had some technical difficulties. The roads were covered with snow.
I wouldn't call that a technical difficulty, but
I mean, technically it was a difficulty.
There was, so we're a couple weeks behind because of the storms, but the good news is, in the meantime, we updated our website. There's a mailing list you can sign into right now. You can go to talkandseaweed.com. You can sign up for the mailing list. You can also, did I mention Mass Cannabis Chefs as a sponsor? Because thank you to them.
Yep,
if I did not mention them, you can get 10% off their dinners using the code on our website. So
yeah, that's a new thing. Go there and do that and save some money for you and go have the best time ever. Get wicked stoned.
We actually hosted a dinner of theirs on March 10th, and Channel 5 News, WCVB, came by to shoot a segment for a special they're airing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on recreational and cannabis lifestyle. So we'll see.
You may or may not see this by then, but that's when in time relation.
By the time you see this, it'll be on that night. By the time this airs, it'll be on that night. So that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Friday the 23rd, March 23rd, 2018.
I like it.
And this weekend, we have the New England Cannabis Convention at the Heinz Convention Center in Boston. So
we will be there.
We'll be there with a camera. We'll be
to
there.
To what capacity we'll be there, we haven't decided yet, but we're coming.
We'll be there.
We're coming.
May or may not pay for tickets.
May or may not tailgate.
Yeah, we might throw a tailgating. Yeah,
we throw a tailgating party, we'll
let's revolutionize this fucking industry.
Yeah,
I hope you guys know, because I was talking to somebody. There's you obviously have you have the West Coast cannabis lifestyle. You have the lax, hippie, chill,
go surfing,
whatever.
Go whatever.
People don't move like that out here. And there isn't an identity to that East Coast cannabis lifestyle yet. And that's something that we're helping shape and define by these stupid podcasts, by these events that we're showing up at, by the content we're creating, and by the fast pace yet lack of seriousness that we approach this with.
Yeah, it's gonna feel like home.
We approach it with urgency, but we also don't really care. And I think that's the East Coast philosophy in general.
Yeah,
it's
we're
always
grinding
in a rush,
anyway.
but no one gives a fuck what they're really in a rush to do. You know what I mean? Everyone's, get out of my fucking way so I can go to this place I hate. You know what I mean? and that philosophy is what we're gonna turn into just kind of a more positive and comedic approach. But
and having fun.
It's really as you can see, things are moving. I mean, the East Coast, I never had a couple of years ago. It was tough to get edibles. It was tough to get oil. Now
Hempfest last year was crazy.
Now
just watching people move the way they did, dude. It's everywhere, and it's nuts how
it got there.
Dude, it's just changed. The laws changed and this appeared.
All right, so I'm drinking a beer. I'm gonna eat. I ate half of this cookie earlier, but I think I'm gonna eat the other half right now so I can get real high by the end of this podcast for you guys.
I was real high at the beginning of this podcast.
Me too, but
I feel like this lady, if Loyola Chicago doesn't win, people are gonna be like, "See, God doesn't exist."
I just produced our sports podcast. If you guys don't know, our sports podcast is Bobby and our friend Sam and I just kind of sit around and produce it because I don't talk sports like that. But he's still in that mode right now. That's why he's watching the game. So forgive him.
Yeah, there's a
forgive
game
him for wasting your time.
Yeah, sorry for wasting your time. But it's March Madness and it's the Sweet 16, and you're probably watching it too.
I don't think weed. I mean, yeah, a lot of I feel like weed and sports aren't as hand in hand as you think. I mean, basketball players smoke weed. I know that much, but
Glenn Davis just got arrested for he had a quarter pound of weed on him. He sold it. He sold it, and he had like $98,000 on him. And
that was an expensive.
Dude, I wanna smoke that.
Hustle like Big Baby,
right, dude? And then he put out a video of him. Oh, and he had a ledger of people that he sold weed to. Allegedly. It was like a list of people who owed him money or something, right? It was a list of people that owed him money. I mean,
regardless if it's from weed or not, don't we all have those?
Yeah, of course we do. No, of course we do. And you should have those. It means that you're going to be getting money in the future and that you've already taken care of. That's smart. That's smart business. But so the whole point is,
out with a video saying,
the whole point is this: the NBA, even the NFL, where you get in trouble for it, dude. Like Le'Veon Bell literally was like, just suspend me. I'm not coming to the drug test.
I'm glad the NBA doesn't give a fuck.
Dude, there'd be no players.
There was
they all smoke weed.
Like a couple years ago, I remember just fucking TMZ is following Kevin Durant outside a nightclub, and he gets in a big SUV. They open the door for him, and just a little pill bottle of weed falls out. And the dude, you see like his bodyguard go right. TMZ's like, "What's that, Kevin? What's that?" And you see a TMZ just, "Come on, man." I mean, like his bodyguard just, "Come on, man."
Like, you know what that is.
Don't do us like that. Why you gotta do that? You know what I mean?
Like, well, yeah.
So funny.
I feel like there's like a give take.
It was like an eighth of weed. You know, he just probably was smoking before the club. Like, no big deal. But
dude,
like,
the game's over. Why wouldn't you smoke?
They want to just, they're looking for a story. I get it.
Yeah, no, weed and sports go together, man.
I was laughing the way his boy was just like, "Come on, man. Why you gotta do? Come on, man.
Like, what are you doing?
Like,
Stop it.
Like, it ain't a story."
So the video. So Glenn Davis went on a private jet, and he had a briefcase full of money opened up, and he was eating chicken and like
Popeyes, baby.
Was he eating Popeyes?
Yeah,
he was eating.
She even shouted about.
It's good chicken.
But no, yeah,
Their
he was
biscuits
basically
are
like,
ridiculous.
they hate me because I'm a black man securing the bag.
That's basically. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
That's pretty much what he said.
I don't know if that was even paraphrasing. I think that might be a direct quote.
Either way, I mean.
But so yeah, so no, I feel like, dude, the weed game. What's his name? Ricky Williams. I think he's. I think he just opened up a weed shop.
I bet she makes more money than he did in the NFL.
I bet you he doesn't.
I bet you he does.
Dude, he made a lot of money in the NFL.
Yeah, he'll be in the weed biz till he's 80 though.
Oh, okay, long term, fuck yeah.
Well, duh.
Long term, fuck yeah. But
thinking like,
I thought you meant like grand total already. I was like, holy shit.
No, like
kind of business is he creating?
Money, but I'm sure he's, if you got money and you're getting into this industry, like it's kind of hard to fail.
Yeah, it is one of those things where like
right now anyway, like the next.
I feel like forever, because remember when Nevada went legal and Vegas went legal? They ran out of weed in a month. The whole state, everybody that they let grow was like, I got nothing.
It's a fucking desert though.
Yeah, warehouses.
Yeah, I know. How many did they have though? They obviously didn't let them fucking grow enough.
I mean, they had enough for the entire state for a month. That's a lot. Like that's a lot, man.
Doesn't sound like that much. I mean, they ran out. They ran out.
I wonder if there was a way to like. There has
it wasn't
to be
enough. Is the bottom line.
There has to be now with recreational weed, like a way to track which state smokes the most weed. And I would be very surprised if Massachusetts, just by quantity, we didn't smoke.
It would have to be like
we're a small place, but we have a lot of people here, dude. And this is
have to be like per capita. You know what I mean?
This is a smoking culture. People out here smoke weed, dude.
I think people everywhere smoke weed, but I mean,
do you think so?
We gotta. Well, that's what we're gonna show people is the culture out here through these grow shows and through the cooking shows and through the education shows. We're gonna show people what it is out here, and we're gonna, you know what I mean. So they can.
Dude, you know what's so funny too that like that this area is gonna have going for it is we're so competitive by nature because we're a sports town. Going back to what we were talking about a second ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're competitive by nature, and a lot of people I guarantee you in the next 10 years, you'll see some of the best weed in the world coming from this area.
Yeah, coming out of MIT and shit.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Harvard, MIT, like these kids aren't stupid. They go there for a reason.
But no, for real. And like it comes back to like, any industry, like, you worked in music and I've worked around music a lot. So seeing how fast people work on the East Coast and then going to California and sitting in a studio session and seeing how lax everybody is, it's just like, you guys are like, you have no urgency out on the West Coast, which I guess is like, I like the vibe, but at the same time, like, I feel like people get more done out here. And when that comes to like, once you give us the same laws and opportunities as you gave, those people, I think, there's going to be it's going to be a whole different lifestyle. It's not going to be the way cannabis culture is defined now. You think of those places and you think of chill and you think of all that stuff.
Yeah, like skiing in Colorado.
Once you give the East Coast, once they go legal in New York City, full legal, whenever that is, you know what I mean?
That's like, going to set the standard for the rest of the world.
And we're already going to be painting that East Coast picture because we're going to be on it by then.
Well, yeah, because Boston, they're trying it out in Boston, and if Boston does well with it, New York's not too far behind because people from New York are going to be leaving to come up here to come vacation. They're going to go to the Cape. See, I feel like it's gonna attract a group of people that are young, our age, man, that have good jobs, that have money, that can go take that trip, and they're gonna go somewhere. They're gonna say, "Well, why would I go to Florida? I can't even get any weed there. I go to the Cape, and have the best time ever." I'm going to Martha's Vineyard. Imagine the amount of money that's gonna be created. Like, let's just go tax revenue. On Martha's Vineyard,
like
in the summertime.
They're so fucking stuck up, though. You think they'll even let weed shops out there?
Hell yeah, dude. Everybody smokes weed on Martha's Vineyard.
I know that, but it's not up to, like,
It's up to the people that live there.
It's up to whoever's, they don't necessarily vote on
who's their
shit.
ruler.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
who rules over Martha's Vineyard?
Fucking.
We can Google it, but instead I'll make up a fake title.
It's funny, dude. Yeah, so we host, like I said, we hosted a mass cannabis. You can hit that. I don't know why I put that in the ashtray.
Dude, I'm fucking good.
We hosted a mass cannabis chef's dinner Saturday. We actually gave away 2 tickets, and our winner didn't even show up. So we're trying to give things away, people. We're trying. Bear with us.
when we give you stuff, just take it. That's it. That's literally what we're doing here.
So back to the mailing list. If you go to the website, talkingseaweed.com, you'll see a mailing list you can subscribe to. We'll send out all the exclusive shit and opportunities to win free stuff there. We're going to be at the convention this week, and so we might just hide some shit around the convention if you want to, find it.
Yeah, hide some shit.
We might just leave some shit some places with some people at certain booths. You just come up and say, a code word, Talking Seaweed. Maybe they'll give you something. So
maybe.
Follow us on Instagram at Talking Seaweed, and we'll definitely keep you posted every time we do that. We'll leave things at certain booths and see, who's the first to pick it up. You got to take a picture with it, though, so we know.
Bang. You got to send it to us.
Hashtag that
like
bitch.
This. Like the Buddy Christ from Dogma.
So, I mean, that's pretty much what we got going on as far as the real
Check out the new
world
website.
Now.
It's been revamped.
It's constantly getting revamped. We're working on stuff for you.
We're doing a lot of work that you guys don't see,
but
and it's not like we're gonna say this.
Really
we're gonna say this now. It's not really a big deal. We're just gonna say this now, and we're never gonna say it again. We do a lot of work back here, so we can hang out with you here. So we're just trying to hang out. You won't hear us talking about like the work of this shit, but go check it out. Hit us up. Let us know how you like it. Let us know what you want. Let us know if we don't have something you want. Let us know. We'll get it.
There's merchandise on the store now.
Merchandise on there. Buy a shirt. Let everybody know that you fuck with us. And we have so much fun shit we want to do for you guys. So just let us know. Talk to us. We're here.
We out here.
So I have something I want to talk about.
Let's get into it.
That's not a business talk anymore. I'd like to shift it.
Let's get into it.
So we've been up in the Northeast. We've been dealing with a shit ton of fucking
storms.
Snow. Just snow after snow. No power. Excuse me. No power. Just storms. Stuck. Can't go anywhere. Not going anywhere. So what I want to talk about is what is essential. What is the essential things that you need to survive a storm? Now, we know we need warmth. We know we need water. We're assuming we're at home
But
in
like,
2018.
what do we go out and get?
Yeah, and let's assume you have power at first, and then we'll cut the lights out unexpectedly in the conversation and see where it goes.
I think for me at least, usually right now I'm kind of prepared. I got like a flashlight and a lantern behind me because the shit's been happening so often. But normally,
so that's
like,
okay. So light, some sort of light
would be a light.
So we're cutting the lights out right
beer,
away.
100%, ice, and make sure I got weed and stuff, and then like the obvious food. But as far as like mostly it's beer and weed. It's
to get through the boredom of just sitting around.
Yeah, because I work from here, so when I can't work, it's like, and if I lose power, pretty much the whole town's lost power because I'm in one of those areas that they restore as fast as they can. So if I'm out, I know like most of the rest of it. Yeah. So I know there's nowhere else for me to go.
I'm in one of those areas where they go, there's not really that many people there. They're fine.
Yeah, fuck them.
They live out in the woods anyway. They're fine. And you know what happens? You see everybody's just like cranking their wood stoves.
Right.
The fireplaces are going. If
I had one, then
and everybody's like, well.
If I had a fireplace, I don't think it'd be that bad, dude. Just
fireplaces actually don't give you a lot of heat.
I'm not worried about the heat. I mean, just something to do. Look at a fire.
Just look at a fire and just keep feeding it.
It's a lot better than not having anything to do in your home.
I mean, that's
and
true.
Light, and it gives you a little bit of light, and you're like,
yeah, whatever. No, that's true. Because I had a fire. We had.
I have a fire.
Play cards by the fire, man. Yeah,
exactly. It's not so bad.
Play cards by the fire. Yeah, I think playing cards.
If you want to play cards, we have something special coming up. Another opportunity to win prizes.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is going to be an in-house live recording type of thing. So if you're interested in playing poker, holler at us.
Come play poker with us.
You can win prizes.
Random prizes.
Just random.
But no idea what they would be.
Yeah, for those just listening, we're touching stuff on the table.
If you're just listening, we're just touching some really cool shit.
We got some really cool shit back here.
Really cool shit
I knew we'd reference South Park at least once.
How long into it are we? What was that, 10 minutes?
17 minutes into this. And
wow, it took us that long. We're business fucking tonight.
Jesus. Business
minded tonight.
I don't know. I've been working all day, so it's tough. When we do these earlier in the day, I'm just hyped up. I'm joking. I'm dying laughing. Now.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I've been working all day. I'm just like thinking all the shit we got to do. I mean, there's so much other shit we could be doing.
So much shit we got to do.
We're wasting our time with you guys. There's so much shit we got to do.
Wasting your time, wasting our time.
Right. Sorry for wasting your time.
Sorry for wasting our time, wasting your time. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, so what else do you think? Like, okay, beer, obvious beer.
Oh yeah, I totally got that.
So you're drunk and you're stoned and you have a fire, so you have something to do, and you have water, so you're not gonna die, and you have food, so you're not gonna die. But what are you cooking? What are you eating when you're stuck at home? Like, what's like the go-to stuck at home meal?
I don't know. I usually I'll get something. Something's open 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll always like find something. But I don't really cook. You're asking the wrong guy. I'll eat a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It's funny though because you live in a more populated area than me, so you can get stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that far away. Where I'm like, all right, we're here. This is what we're doing.
If places have power,
like we're here now.
If places have power, they're open around here because everyone's ordering from them. You know what I mean? It's not so bad. I mean. Fortunately enough, we don't live in a place that we're going to be without power for a long time unless, something crazy happens or...
We won't know the difference. We won't know the difference. We'll be like, oh, Transformers down.
Yeah.
We won't know.
No.
So yeah, I like to have some weed. A little bit of whiskey is never if it's like really around Christmas time.
I like to have someone with me.
Whiskey and eggnog.
Whether
yeah,
it's
like
a friend or it's a companion.
Nah, dude, the winter time is like it's cuddle season.
Well, it's
cuddle
without
season,
power
dude.
In general though, because that shit we get hurricanes and shit up here too. We lose power for a day and shit. You know what I mean?
That's
when
true.
The
yeah,
power
that's
goes out,
that's fall.
When you're just sitting here
fall's
and you're fucking
cuddle
alone,
season.
you're like fall's still like.
He's
He's been out the game a while. Forgive him for wasting your time.
Sorry for wasting your time, but the fall is cuddle season. Football's on, but not like the beginning of football season. I'm talking about like the end of football season coming into the playoffs. So it's like December.
Love how
cuddle season.
all the other seasons revolve around football season.
They do. They literally do. Not even kidding. I
wish you guys could have seen the hand wave away from that conversation. Get away from those thoughts.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know.
So there's another thing that's happening up here, and that is people are growing indoors, right?
And they're losing
power. So if you don't have a generator, that sucks.
Let me ask, for someone who doesn't grow, what do you do?
You come back with a 24-hour cycle, I would imagine.
Doesn't that really fuck your whole shit up?
It can, but it's just stress. It all comes down to stress. And when the plants get stressed, you don't want that. You know what I mean? You never want your plants to get any stress. You want to get the maximum out of them. So, I mean, that's what I would do. If I lost power and I was growing, I would definitely come back with like a 24-hour cycle for like a couple days. Just let them know, like, hey, you're not flowering, so don't flower.
Right.
And then I would, make sure they're staying in veg.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Maybe give them a little extra nitrogen.
I felt like it would be more devastating than that, but
no, if you lost it for like a week and they're just in the dark for a week, I mean, that's going to stunt them definitely. Because you have to think about it. If it stunts them, it's not going to just cost you that week and stunt them. Like, you're not just losing that week. You're losing that week plus however long it takes them to get back on track, plus them actually getting moving.
It's like
again.
missing an exit.
It's
you gotta go back past that same distance to get back to where you were at. You know what I mean? Exactly. I wouldn't know because I never missed an exit because I never took an L.
No. Never took an L. Never.
You know.
Doesn't he kind of play himself
on that episode?
Oh,
entirely.
DJ Khaled, Hot Ones. Go Google that.
But I love the way he didn't let it.
Pause this. Know. Go watch that. Come back here. Press play.
Right, but I love the way. Spoiler alert! Yeah, I love the way.
Spoiler alert from Hot Ones on YouTube.
I love the way he just he never acts like it, like he lost though. You know what I mean?
He acts like he won. He was like, I won. I didn't need any.
Totally up.
I'm totally up. Well, he did win. He got to promote whatever he was promoting. He got to say some inspirational shit while going through something. He got to say no to something that may or may not hurt your body, meaning say no to drugs, because DJ Khaled does not say promote drugs.
No, he doesn't. DJ Khaled's for the kids.
Music.
Well,
and that's dude. Is that promoting drugs? Hey, let's take this train and just crank the wheel to the right.
Of DJ Khaled promoting music though, I seen him. What do you have, an album called like "Suffering from Success"? And I remember like there was one of the Philly dudes I listened to, and he was just like, Khaled's out here on the corner of blah 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 with a bunch of hood motherfuckers talking about selling a CD, suffering from success. Like he was just like popping up in mad random cities hustling his album. Like he knew how. I mean, he's good at what he does, but like for real, like that shit is just so fucking ironic. It's funny. But what were you gonna say?
Oh, I don't know.
Is selling drugs and selling music same thing?
Oh, no. That's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say was, do you think that people making music that mention drugs in them are promoting drug use?
That depends how they mention them.
It's a really smart answer to a very
you
open-ended question.
You could obviously mention them and say they're bad, and you could obviously mention them and say, like, I drink lean all the time, but you have people who are open about they don't do drugs, but they rap about drugs.
They rap
like
about
Future,
drugs.
I'm sure he does drugs, but he claims he doesn't do drugs, or he said he didn't. He said I don't even drink lean or something. And I remember that.
He doesn't drink lean. He's very good at pretending to sound like he drinks lean.
He's
like the cop from Police Academy that made the noises. That's really what Future's really good at, is sounding like a rapper.
Just because I'm dressed this way,
doesn't mean I drink lean. Just because my pants are pink.
Just because I'm, dressed like a cop, someone might run up on me saying they need some help. Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me.
Just because Dave Chappelle, the comedian.
Right. So good.
Chappelle was amazing. Still is amazing.
But, so yeah, that's.
But yeah, growing with.
I mean, it's definitely not. Never mind, go on.
No, let's go back, dude. Just jump in.
Let's go back. He goes, rewind.
Whatever.
He's like, I watched all Hot Ones just so they could talk about it for 10 some more seconds.
I watch a 15, 20-minute show
just to hear them talk
just
about
to
it.
hear them be like,
seconds.
yeah, Khaled did this. All right.
Come back.
You back. Spoiler alert is nothing.
Right.
So, okay, let's tell them what happens.
Our podcast is just wrapping up other people's material. Oh my God, we give no fucks. It's unbelievable.
We try really hard, guys.
I try really hard to let you know where all the material comes from because I'm just such a big fan of everything. I can't get out of my head, like all the South Park and Pop Star.
Oh yeah, man.
We've been quoting Pop Star for like. I told people, I was like, you gotta watch this. My boy watched it, and I was like, okay, so what do you think? And he goes, it lived up to the hype. And I was like, okay, because I hyped it up like crazy.
It's amazing.
But I hyped it up like like it had to be
it had it had a $20 million budget,
right? Pretty much, and
it made $10 million.
And then I was like, all right, now you gotta check out the soundtrack. And I'm like, over here, and I'm like,
it's like dope.
So good.
It's like, hey man,
it really is so fucking funny. But
yeah,
yeah,
Pop
so
Star's
amazing. Once again, we've referenced that like so many times. We reference South Park every episode.
It's usually a different South Park.
All these other comedians, constantly.
Yeah, we like comedy a lot, but we're not comedians. We're just gonna talk about other people's comedy. So just because we're dressed this way,
as I reference another comedian joke rapper, but I'm not a rapper. That kid who did all the fake rap battles, Super Hot Boy or something. I think that was his name. He did all these fake rap battles where like, you know how rap battles are so like heavily favored all the time? It's there's one guy who's like, is just gonna win. Like, and they were just making he was just making these YouTube videos that went viral like way back in the day, 5-6 years ago when YouTube was like,
budding.
Yeah. And they got so big that he ended up having like celebrities in them. I forget who he had, a big comedian. But anyway, he would just always like say this shit and then just be like, but I'm not a rapper. And like the crowd would go nuts. He would just say dumb shit and it would kind of be like Connor's Yes Men. You know what I mean? It would just be hilarious. Like the crowd's always going nuts, like to the point where he'll say something so stupid and like he'll just fall back and they'll catch him. You know what I mean? Just over dramatic, hilarious shit. Like there's one where he wins a battle because he never loses, obviously. He wins a battle and there's just like the camera's going crazy, shaky, like it's chaos, and then you just see a glimpse of him looking right at the camera, being carried away on people's arms. Like, crowds like they're walking him away like a king, and he's just like winks at the camera almost, or like gives it this look. It's so fucking funny. But that's what I was referencing when I'm like, but I'm not a rapper. Like, you're like, but we're not comedians. Like, he's just out rapping everyone, but he's like, but I'm not a rapper.
Yeah, we're not comedians. We just like to laugh. We do like to laugh. So if you are a comedian and you've seen this, come on our show, dude. Come tell us jokes that you want to try.
This will be the easiest room in the world, I believe.
Literally easiest room ever. Come in here, dude. Look what we're doing. Come tell us jokes.
Yeah, I'm built for jokes right now. I'm like in the mood for jokes. I am so smoked out and just ate a bunch of edibles on top of the edibles I ate earlier.
So yeah, we're a documentary about comedy.
A live, ongoing.
We're a live, ongoing documentary.
Living, breathing documentary.
So I feel like they're kind of getting like an idea. Like we're kind of telling them who we are finally. We've just been kind of talking into the microphone for 7 episodes. Just like, hey, just listen to this for a minute.
Right. There's a little debriefing before we blow up and act like we don't know nobody. Oh my God. I'm killing him. I said we should do a podcast where we only reference like dumb shit we find funny. You know what I mean? Because that's all I've been doing this episode. As I'm talking about it, I'm continuing to reference these fucking clowns, whether it be I think he's funny, dude. Riff Raff or this kid who's on YouTube. They're all clowns, but they're fucking hilarious. And that shit is funny to me. Like, Riff Raff has always been funny to me. You know what I mean? Like these characters that I see online that like, it's better than a reality show because it's breathing every day. I'm watching it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's so good. Now with
do you
Snapchat
think,
and
do you
Instagram
think that
shit,
everybody's just joking?
I think most the people like, well, it's so hard, man. This is why I loved Riff Raff.
Like, are we joking?
That's right. Don't answer that. But like, would you? I'm gonna hit him with Riff Raff's answer. You know, like, would you ask Jordan if he's joking if he put up 50 points a game? Like,
that's the fucking funniest answer ever to give for Riff Raff to give.
He's just like,
is he putting up 50 a game in industry terms? What are his numbers like?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because he's getting paid for it.
It was just Ebro was like grilling him and was like, dude, like this. Everyone wants to know, like, what the fuck is this? Is this a gimmick? Is this a joke? Whatever. He's like, would you ask Jordan if he was joking if he was putting up 50 points a game?
What'd he say?
I don't know what he said. I don't really remember. We could probably find it on YouTube still. But that shit is fucking hilarious. I might, because that dude's got some of the funniest
we might. Yeah, but
interviews.
We're not gonna
like if you. This is just a comedy show now. This episode just become like, dude, that guy. He's got some of the funniest fucking interviews in the whole world.
Riff Raff. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's ridiculous.
You ever see the one where he's just brushing his hair through the whole interview? He's got these long. He's just brushing his hair and he's talking in an accent that he doesn't have. And fucking. It's just so funny. The chick was what was it? There was a dude interviewing him, and a dude goes, well, they asked him a ton of questions. This wasn't out of nowhere, but the dude was like, "What's the craziest thing you ever done sexually?" And he was like, "I only ask that question. Like, I only answer those types of questions when women ask me." So then, like, you just hear a woman's voice come in, like, "What's the craziest thing you ever done sexually?" He's like, "I never answer the same question twice." He's just brushing his hair. And I'm like, this dude's a fucking genius. And then, like...
Do you think that's because we're so used to getting... This is, like, a real question, too. Do you think that's because we're so used to getting these prepackaged fucking celebrities from these companies that have researched what we want and how we want it, and the numbers say this and the numbers say that? Do you think that, like, the fact that Riff Raff exists is like the rebellious nature of the next wave of
You know what it is?
everything?
It's the time and the platforms, because these artists that you're referring to that were packaged and given to us, they were under strict control not to talk before the album comes out and not to do things before. Don't show your face before. We're specifically doing this for a reason.
Yep.
Whereas he broke when YouTube was breaking, and he was able to... I'm not a fan of the guy's music. If they packaged him and sold him to me, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. But the fact that I can watch his daily life and see that he's living this character, whether it's a character or not.
I'm not gonna buy your shit, but I'll watch his madness.
Right. And if he drops a music video, I'll watch it. And all this shit
Oh,
translates
yeah.
to money to him. And honestly, I'll buy a t-shirt before I buy a fucking album. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Like, I will.
If
Because
it's cool
I
enough.
guarantee that he's got some funny merch that I would wear. And I'd be like, yeah. And it would, whatever. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a fan. Would I listen to... Have I ever heard one of his songs front to back? No, but I've seen, like, all his videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
like,
I get you, dude.
So...
And that all translates to money. All those clicks translate to money.
He's an example we're using, you know, but
there's a bunch of them. I feel
Like I
like,
said,
dude,
if
Justin
they
Bieber.
packaged him,
Justin
it's-
Bieber came from YouTube.
yeah, but not in the same form like Riff Raff. So when I first heard about Riff Raff, he did a feature with some kids from Middleborough, and it was what I saw on YouTube. And
That's when I heard of it.
That was the worst thing I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
And, so I was like, this fucking idiot. So I was like, it was cringeworthy. So you like want to see more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm like,
of course.
I'm like following Riff Raff now to see what he does, and then I find out that he was on MTV, and I didn't even know that at the time. You know what I mean?
What was he on MTV for?
From G's to Gents.
What the fuck is that?
That was a show. I don't know. Probably, it's funny. This guy talks like he was on a fucking American Idol or something.
What?
No, the way you're like, what the fuck is G's to Gents? Like fucking the White Rapper show.
Dude, what the fuck is the White Rapper show? What the fuck is that?
What are you talking about?
The fuck is that?
No, but he's just fucking...
What
Yeah,
the
so he
fuck
was on
is that?
MTV, and that's how I guess he got all this shit or whatever. He had stupid MTV tattooed on his neck.
Dude, is he
Anyway,
the one
so-
that got tattooed for money? He was like, hey,
I mean, I can't...
I'm selling...
If it wasn't for money, I don't know which is worse.
Do you think they're like... At what point do you think like this area... What do you think the number is?
Probably equivalent to whatever the center of our table goes for.
You think it's that expensive?
What about the chick who got Drake in huge block letters across her forehead? Did you see that years ago?
That is ridiculous.
You saw that, right?
I want to be on
Years
the
ago?
record. No, I want to see it.
Oh my God! Just look up Drake forehead tattoo. You won't believe how
The
big.
fact that you can fucking
Bro, this was years ago. It was ridiculous. Vice actually interviewed the tattoo artist.
And they were like, "What the fuck? Why would you let this girl do
Yeah,
that?"
I forget what the article sentiment was, but I did read it.
I didn't have to type much.
Ridiculous, right?
Dude, looks like somebody got a tattoo of her face with the tattoo.
You're not gonna be able to see that. So everybody knows the infamous chick who has a giant Drake letters, DRAKE, tattooed across her forehead in huge, like, collegiate block letters.
Dude, that is
And
red.
somebody
Her
else,
face looks bruised.
somebody else has a portrait of her face with the tattoo tattooed on them. I want to meet whoever that is and get him on here.
It's an amazing tattoo.
And it's a shit portrait too. It's funny.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's really not a shit portrait. It's actually pretty spot
No,
on.
it's a pretty shit fucking portrait, dude.
I think it's good.
I get she looks stupid, but God. Anyway, that shit's funny.
Whoever's
Whoever's idea it was to do that is.
Hey, I like Drake so much. I'm gonna tattoo his fucking name backwards on my forehead so everybody reads it forwards.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I'll never get it.
Cause like if she's writing it like this, right?
No, it was. I mean, if I looked at her, I could read it correctly.
So if you look,
If she looked in a mirror, it would be backwards.
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
So she doesn't even get to enjoy that.
well, then if it would be backwards to everyone else, that would be even more ridiculous. Yeah. Well, I think that's more ridiculous.
Well, I have a tattoo that's backwards, so I can see it in the mirror because it's not for you.
Well, that's whatever. If it's not for me, then fucking.
I just
Yeah, I don't-
showed you. I just showed you
Right,
something.
Get it on a
I'm gonna-
T-shirt and wear that shit inside out. Then if it's not for me.
Have it aimed towards me. How you gonna send your message to another man?
Right.
How you gonna let another man accept your message?
Unreal. That shit is too funny. So I don't know.
I think-
we
I think we've covered most of the things. I have nothing written down other than what we've already talked about.
I've just been
I'm just happy to be back. I really like doing this. I'm just happy to be back at this.
Oh man. That's fucking funny. All right. Well, I guess we'll talk to you guys soon then.
Thanks, guys.